Welcome to another CTV Sports presentation. CTV Sports is brought to you by St. Clair Chevy Buick GMC. We care. By Murphy Inn, Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By North Star Bank, North Star, guiding the way. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Home Goods and Ace Hardware, and by CTV Community TV in Marine City in St. Clair.
Pretty good dark, sir.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another presentation of high school football here on CTV. Tonight, the 1-2 St. Clair Saints hosting the 1-2 Marysville Vikings. Tom Brenner here with the coach, Denny White. Coach, I got to assume you've been around high school athletics for a long time, been part of many Marysville-St. Clair matchups. I assume this rivalry still has a little juice to it.
It's a huge rivalry. Anytime you're live this close to the people you're going to play and you see them all year round, it really counts for something.
Big difference between 1-3 and 2-2 if you're any football team or any athletic team. I assume that this one kind of means a lot to both teams.
Yeah, at this point in time, if you can become 2-2, you still have a chance for the playoffs. Otherwise, you're just out of luck.
Give me a key to tonight's game here at East China Stadium.
Well, I think from a Marysville standpoint, they have to get their players back. They lost a lot of starters against Madison. If they have all their players back, they can run their offense. If not, they're just really limited. From the St. Clair standpoint, I think they're moving in the direction they want. They had a good game against Madison, and they just have to keep that up.
All right, opening kickoff here on CTV right after these messages.
Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware is open 7 days a week in the Riverview Plaza. Everything you need in hardware, from wiring, paint, tools, outdoor equipment, and even picnic and camping items. Check the specials on Valspar Paint and the Ace Hardware specials. St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware also has a complete gift department with candles, outdoor furniture, grills, and much, much more. St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware.
All right, and welcome back to week 4 of high school football here in the Blue Water area. 1-2 St. Clair Saints hosting the 1-2 Marysville Vikings. Tom Brenner, Denny White back with you here, getting ready for the opening kickoff. Very muggy but nice night here at East China Stadium, and we are underway. Deep kick fielded at about the 3-yard line by the Vikings. Brings it out right side, makes one man miss, and is brought down at about the 26-yard line to get things started.
Nice kick by Sean Donaldson to start the game.
27-yard line with the tackle by number 20, Christian Javiro.
As you'd expect, Marysville bringing a decent amount of fans over here to East China. St. Clair filling in nicely as well. Saints led by head coach James Bishop, and he's running the defense here tonight. See what they can do against the Marysville Vikings. Handoff to start things at the left side, not much doing. 2-3-yard gain for Marysville.
Number 5, Harrison Rail with the carry.
Marysville's offense is predominantly a ball control offense. So if we can stop them and get ahead significantly, they have a great deal of difficulty catching up.
2nd down and 7 here for Marysville on their own 31-yard line. Number 8, Brian Butler under center here for Marysville. Takes a snap and rolls right. He's under pressure, gets away from one man and keeps his balance and is brought down at about the 38. Looks like a first down, Marysville.
Number 8, Brian Butler with the carry.
Good thing I said it was a ball control offense, wasn't it?
Butler met in the backfield, but he just got away. That sometimes can be the difference.
First down Vikings on the 40-yard line.
3 running backs in the backfield for the Vikings. Butler awaits the snap and takes it. It's the second man through. That's 45. He makes another man miss and runs somebody over to gain some more yardage. Marysville pounding the rock to start it. That's Harrison Roll with the carry. 6-foot senior. Looks like a whole bunch of seniors on Marysville's team this year. He's 6 foot 190.
They're senior laden, and he was one of the fellows who was injured in their game against Madison. So this is his first time back in a couple of weeks.
Butler, the quarterback, also a senior. Same formation here for Marysville. Handoff to the first man through. Gains a couple more yards. And into Saints territory goes Marysville.
By number 4, James Sargent, tackled by number
Marysville
36,
coming off a loss last week to Southlake, 48-16, a tough game there against Southlake. St. Clair coming off a loss to Madison. That's a 20-7 loss for the Saints. Marine City and Madison meeting tonight in a big-time MAC matchup. Butler back to pass. It's the first deep pass. He shoots it very long, overthrows his receiver. Looking for number 6, that's Brendan Moran.
Brendan Moran, incomplete.
First pass attempt for Marysville is a deep shot.
Austin Schwager with good coverage over there. Matched him step for step.
Marysville wearing their all-white uniforms, St. Clair in their blue and red. Second down and 10 on the Saints' 47-yard line. 10:09 to go here in the first quarter.
And I was wrong with Austin Schweiger. It's Evan Kruski.
Handoff here to number 7. He's met quickly and brought down by the Saints defensive line. Ryan Zuck on the carry. He's met by a host of Saints. Parker Griefor, one of the Saints in for the tackle there, a senior for the Saints. Third down and 7 on the St. Clair 44. Interesting to see what kind of play the Vikings go with here. It's another handoff to the right side. Saints keep containing, and a nice tackle is made there.
Aiden Gedeke on the tackle.
Nice tackle. First man to meet the ball carrier, first man to bring him down. Brings up 4th down and 6. See what the Vikings decide to do. They are led by head coach Mark Kaza. And he's got his first decision of the game. And it appears they're going to punt it away. .52 Michael Bell back to punt here for Marysville. He kicks it away end over end, lands at about the 14, and it's fielded. While the Saints makes a couple man miss, he's got some open field. He could pick up another block. He's got one man to beat. Juke left, goes right, brought down from behind, but a big time return there.
Nice return, Austin Schweiger.
Austin Schwager, there we go. That time we got him right.
I was just a little early.
If he's making the broadcast, he's going to do it in a big way, and that is a big time play. Take another look at this one. Decent punt, but it went right to him, fielded perfectly, and a host of Vikings just blew their opportunity to make the play.
Right up the middle.
Give credit to the quarterback, Butler, did just enough to let his teammates catch back up. Saints on offense for the first time, and a good amount of yardage picked up on their first play.
Ethan Mon, there you go. He's healthy now.
Good to see the senior tailback back in action. Picks up 8 yards on that one. Second down and 2 from the 25-yard line. Number 12, Brady Gleason, is the quarterback for the Saints. Pass over to the right side. He's got Schwager once again, makes one man miss, gets to the sideline. Tap dances his way all the way down to about the 4-yard line of Marysville, and the Saints are in business.
Austin Schweiger is one of those athletes that if you put him in a time trial, he doesn't stand out. But he just avoids tacklers.
His first quarter here on CTV is full of Austin Schwager replays. You can take another look at him. Nice pass, good block downfield. 8:04 to go here in the first quarter. Saints break the huddle and look to score for the first time tonight. Gleason in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers right, one comes in motion. Handoff is to Mon. Can't make the man miss. Good tackle in the backfield.
Number 2, Ethan Nine with the carry.
Number
Tackled by
77 on the tackle for Marysville. That's Parker Foster.
Foster.
He's a 6'3" junior for the Vikings. Gleason gets his play from offensive coordinator Gary Griffin. Toss left here. Looks like Mon once again. He's got the corner. Good block downfield, and it's a touchdown for Ethan Mon and the St. Clair Saints. Make it 6-0 with 7:21 to go here in the first.
Nice block by Scott Selleck, the wide receiver on that side.
Gotta like the fact that there were 3 Vikings defender on the left side there, and 3 Saints hats were helmet to helmet, making a block downfield. That's all it takes. Extra point is on its way. Looks like it's blocked and good.
Yep, there you go.
Vikings may have gotten a piece of that, but it still goes up and good, and the Saints lead 7-0 here at East China Stadium.
Good start.
A little bit of defense, a little bit of special teams, and a little bit of offense. It's a head
That's what
coach's
you're
dream.
after, yep.
Mentioned the Saints and Vikings are both 1-2 overall. St. Clair 1-1 in the MAC Silver. Marysville 0-2. St. Clair coming in averaging 21 points a game. They're giving up about 23. Marysville averaging 14.7 and giving up 28. So both teams in the negative when it comes to their offense and defensive averages. Back to kick now for the Saints. Looks like Evan Krusky back. Excuse me, that's Sean Donaldson back to kick. Gets it away. It's bobbled by the Vikings, but picked back up. Looks like that's Butler. It's a fumble. Ball is out. Looks like the St. Clair Saints have it, and the team indicating so. Looked like Ben Warren was actually on the return, and the Saints do recover. Special teams coming up absolutely huge here early on. Big time punt return put the Saints in just about the same exact spot on the field last possession. Now their kickoff team, after a bobbled return, gets a fumble. They're back in business on the Vikings 33. Gleason once again, he's going to roll a little bit left, passing.
Oh, there's a receiver.
He's got a man down there. He's got it, and it's
Scott
another
Selleck
touchdown.
for the touchdown. Get behind the defender, and Brady Gleason
The
connects.
senior Scott Selleck made a play happen. Gleason with a touchdown pass, make it 13-0 St. Clair. Looked like that's exactly who he wanted to hit the entire way. Whenever you're up 13-0, you can't help but say, can't ask for a better start, but I can't help but think you can't ask for a better start. Extra point is up, and this one is good as well. Make it 14-0 St. Clair with 7:09 to go in the first quarter. This is as good a time as any to remind you that vacation raffle tickets are being sold by the St. Clair football program this year. First prize, this sounds pretty good. You and I might want to enter this one. $6,000 travel voucher for the Caribbean.
Aha.
I heard Paul was going to buy us that anyway. I don't think we got to enter. We don't need to do this.
Like a bonus.
Second prize is a $1,500 travel voucher, and a third prize is a $500 gas card so we can get back and forth to the stadium. If you're interested in getting any of those raffle tickets, you can see any football parent get your tickets.
Number 9, Sean Donaldson, the
I think we got a good shot at getting the trip to the Caribbean.
I think we do.
Vikings back to receive, hoping for better news
Another
this time.
nice kick.
Another trouble with the return.
Oh boy.
And look out.
Yep.
But they are pinned deep on their own 10-yard line.
Not what the Vikings wanted to have happen.
No, they're down 14 early on, and they got to go 90 yards to put any dent in the St. Clair lead. Vikings with their backs against the wall. Brian Butler comes back out. Right under center. Another quick handoff. Vikings sticking with the fullback handoffs here. Not much doing. Gain of maybe a foot.
Not really the kind of play you need when you're trying to get back in this game.
Make it 2nd down and 9, 6:36 and rolling here at East China Stadium. Vikings with 3 men in the backfield once again, only 1 receiver out wide. This time they hand it off to the tailback, and he's got a little bit more daylight this time, cuts it back up the middle. That's a good gain down to the Vikings 31. That's number 45, Harrison Roll.
That was a nice run off tackle. And unfortunately for the Vikings, Harrison Roll has to leave the game for 1 play. His helmet came off.
Player's safety always in mind, but that is one of the unfortunate circumstances of when that happens. Here's a good replay of it. Nice hole by the Vikings offensive line. Excellent job by our replay crew down there in the truck. Handful of excellent replays so far. Under 6 minutes to go.
There you go.
Another handoff is met ferociously in the backfield by St. Clair. That's going nowhere. A lot of 2nd down and long for the Vikings early on.
That's the territory of Lance Schweihofer, Max Schweihofer, and Parker Griefor.
Sounds
Hard
like a future law
territory
firm.
to make any progress in.
Schweihofer, and Griefor coming to a law office near you in the future, maybe. 2nd down and 13. Not an easy task so far for Marysville. This time Butler rolls out right. He's got a man in the flat, but he can't hang on, and a good hit there by number 30, Brendan Ruba.
It's a nice play by
trouble with the ball so far.
Brandon Ruba, who gets to play defense now because when Ethan Mann was hurt, he had to play offense.
You can see the Vikings kind of got what they were hoping for here.
Yeah, they got the spot. It just closed really well.
Excellent closing speed there by Brandon, excuse me. 3rd down and 13. Looks like a pre-snap penalty coming up, and that one's obviously got to be against Marysville.
When the quarterback moves and the ball doesn't get there, it's a pretty good sign.
3rd and 13 was going to be hard enough. Make it 3rd down and 18. Clock is stopped, 5:11 to go. St. Clair leading Marysville 14-0.
3rd and 18 on the 25.
I've said more than once, you really don't have a 3rd and 18 play. You're going to have to take this part way and then decide.
Mentioned Marysville led by Mark Kaza. He's assisted by Sean Winston, Nick Boudre, Scott Turner, Greg Badley, Ryan Leto, and Kyle Hyde. Game day assistant Dave Boudre. Here's a snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Makes 1 man miss, only picks up a couple. With 4:40 to go, Marysville facing another punt. Vikings punting from their own 30-yard line. Back to return for St. Clair once again is number 7, Austin Schweiger, hoping for some more of that magic from earlier on. Punt is on its way, almost tipped there by the Saints. Schweiger going to let it roll and then pick it up. Picks it up at his own 34-yard line, is met by the Vikings. St. Clair will get this drive started at their own 39-yard line. Some of those St. Clair linemen. Maddox Mosel. Scott Selleck in there as a receiver. We saw him catch a touchdown pass earlier. Brandon Ruba out there to play a little offense as well. First and 10 from their own 39-yard line. 4:01 to go. Gleason takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Mon. Mon makes one man miss. He's going to have to do it again. Does. Cuts it back up. And once again, an excellent effort there by Ethan Mon. He makes it all the way to the St. Clair 48. 9-yard gain, close to a first down.
Outstanding individual effort here. He should be trapped at the line of scrimmage right here.
One man had his chance. Another man has a chance.
Nope. Not
2 men have a chance.
Let me go here. Look at that.
We need Chris Berman in here for a little whoop.
That's right.
Whoop, whoop.
First down, St. Clair.
Rule the first down, so a gain of a long 9, make it 10. Straight ahead handoff there to Brandon Ruba. .330 to go, second down and 8.
Ruba with the carry. Number 23, Johnny Holloway with the tackle.
Selleck comes back in the game. Ruba comes out, as well as number 11, Matt Buslett. Gleason takes a snap, hands it off. Once again, Mon making men miss, and he's down into Vikings territory, all the way down to about the 32-yard line of Marysville. Saints got a little something going here.
Again, individual effort. There was a hole there, but great individual effort. Right there, there's a move, a miss. Speed.
Good combination of speed and strength. A couple of arm tackle attempts by Marysville, and he's not going down. Make it first down and 10 from the Marysville 32. Heading down towards 2.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. St. Clair up 14-0. Selleck split out wide once again. This is going to be Boudreau. He takes the handoff up the middle, cuts it back right down to the 20-yard line of Marysville. Gain of 12 yards. Saints mixing it up and moving the ball downfield.
First and 10, St. Clair.
Brandon Ruba. Boom. Nice block. Ooh.
It looked like number 69, Jake Zamita, got out there to set the nice block. Senior guard and defensive lineman for the Saints. First down and 10 from the 20. Handoff once again to Mon, cuts it back toward the sideline right. He brought his dancing shoes tonight.
Even when there's no room, he finds a space.
Number 52, Michael Bell.
Gain of 7 on the play. Brings it down to the Marysville 13-yard line. Second down and 3. You don't necessarily play against the clock, but you imagine Saints wouldn't mind scoring here in the next minute 40, and then in the first quarter up 21-0. Sometimes you don't mind it if your opponent's got to look up at the scoreboard at the end of the first quarter and see what it is, and 14-0 and 21-0 is a little different. Another handoff here to Mon. This time he's brought down. Nice tackle. Number 55 for Marysville makes the tackle. That's Sam Lasher, just a sophomore.
Ethan Mon with the carry, tackled by number 55, Sam Lasher.
Saints make a couple of substitutions. Gleason gets his play call and brings it back in. Make it 3rd down and 4 from the 14. Under a minute to go here in the first. And off once again, Mon cuts left, cuts back right. He's in for another touchdown. The only thing that was stopping him was himself. Make it 20-0 St. Clair. That was the Ethan Mon show.
We got a block on the end. A block on the linebacker right there.
Absolutely perfect wall.
Well done.
That's a big-time drive for the Saints. Great combination of teamwork and individual effort there from Ethan Mon. Extra point up, and this one is good as well. Make it 21-0 St. Clair with 41.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. You know what that means? The band's getting up again.
That's right.
It's never a bad thing when the band's up and playing a
Always.
whole bunch of times in the first quarter.
Jared Lenarski with the extra point. He's 3 for 3 tonight.
Extra points are no guarantee in high school
Absolutely
football.
correct.
But maybe we're wrong. Tonight, it is. Always great to see the band and, of course, our varsity cheerleading team as well. Led by Coach Casey Verbecki.
Donaldson the kick. Number 8, Brian Butler to return.
17 girls on the cheerleading squad this year for Coach Verbecki. See what happens here. This has been an adventure so far. This is no guarantee. This time
Caught this one.
He fields this one cleanly,
Boom.
and he's met a hard hit right at the Saints' 25-yard line. 36 seconds is what's left here on the clock at East China Stadium in the first.
Number 34, Joe Phillips.
Every coach has a different philosophy, but I'd be willing to bet the majority of them don't want their quarterback returning kicks
I'd imagine you're
or
right.
playing defense.
Yes. And of course, Brian Butler, the 6 foot, 185-pound senior, returned that kick, and now he gets right back up and gets under center. Hand off to his tailback once again. He's met pretty quickly there by the Saints.
Now this is the part we talked about, the Vikings having a ball control offense. You're down 21-0 and ball control got not what you want. You need to open it up. We'll see if they can, if they have that in their repertoire.
Marysville really with only 2 plays that even had an attempt or went for more than 10 yards. One was a run, the other one was an overthrown pass toward the end zone. Not much going there, and looks like Marysville, quite frankly, smartly is going to get themselves to the end of the first quarter.
Wise decision.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter here at East China Stadium. St. Clair with a near perfect first. They are up 21-0 on Marysville in front of a beautiful home crowd. We will be right back with second quarter action after these messages.
Family Market. Experience the Neiman's family difference. Fresh fruits and vegetables, where Michigan-grown products are featured daily. Local is more than what Neiman sells. It's who they are. From Grandpa John's quality meats since 1952, featuring a complete meat and deli department, to Grandma Sophie's Bakery, to the Corner Cafe, even a complete pharmacy to serve you. That's what Neiman's Family Market is. Experience the Neiman family difference.
We are back with week 4 of high school football right here on CTV. We thank you for watching here on watchctv.org. You can always find us on Facebook as well. Tom Brenner here with the coach, Denny White. Getting ready for the second quarter. Marysville just looking for anything positive to take away here as we enter the second quarter.
Yeah, if you're Marysville's coaching staff, you got to be scratching your head first of all and saying, now what can we do that they're not anticipating? Because you need some points and you need them in a hurry.
difficult thing is that some of it was the special teams and just a couple of little things that made a big difference in how far they had to go as far as field position goes, and special teams kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. Here's another handoff. That's number 45, Harrison Roll. Game plans can go out the window pretty fast when you're fumbling the football all over the place. Tackle there from the Saints, number 22, Duncan Gillis, a junior. Saints defense is run by the head coach, James Bishop. 3rd down and 3 here for Marysville. One man out wide. As we've seen all game so far for Marysville, handoff once again is to Roll. He's met very quickly, and it looks to me like he is short. Host the Saints in there.
Yep.
Looks like number 32, Zager Zeimer.
34, Joe Phillips.
Joe Phillips, a junior, also in there for a tackle.
Not going to get it done.
No gain on the play, makes it 4th down and 3. And down 21, Marysville going to send out their punt team once again, it looks like.
And they're not sending them out very quickly here.
No. '52, Michael Bell. He's been busy tonight. High snap goes over his head. Saints in pursuit. He's just going to fall on it. Good play there. And St. Clair will take over on the Marysville 5-yard line, up 21 points. Comes a replay, and he didn't have much of a shot, even if he jumped. Not the worst play in the world just to fall on that ball, because if he tries picking it up and loses it, that could be a St. Clair touchdown immediately. At least give your defense a chance.
I think if he thought about it, he'd throw it out of the end zone so he'd get it on the 20. But
Not
I
a
don't
bad
think you
point.
have time to figure that out when the ball goes over your head.
Good point. So here's Gleason and the Saints once again. They got 7 yards to go. Throw to the corner of the end zone. Hey, what a catch and what a throw. That's Schweiger with another reception for a touchdown. Make it 27-0 St. Clair. That is an absolutely perfect throw and catch. Extra point once again is up and good. We didn't jinx him. He's 4 for 4 on extra points and an absolutely perfect throw and catch there for the Saints. 28-0, 10:18 to go here in the second quarter at East China Stadium. The band's back. If it keeps going like this, we might need to toss it to the band a whole lot tonight.
We could do that, that's right.
Of course, the band under the direction of Micah Voles. Always do a nice job. There's a great shot of the band from our crew.
And always seem to have fun. Another special teams action. Well, that was much more Marysville than it was St. Clair. Not a bad snap.
Got a quick shot there of Coach Bishop. You can tell, I couldn't read his lips, but I'm pretty sure he's probably telling his team something along the lines of, let's not take our foot off the gas.
Yes.
And some of that could have to do with the fact that, like you said, some of this is a little self-inflicted from Marysville's side. Donaldson back to kick once again for the Saints. Ball on their own 40-yard line. He gets this one away, and it's going to land at the Marysville 5. It's fielded cleanly. He's met with a nice tackle, brought down right at the 20-yard line. Saints got a little energy going.
The Saints have a little energy going, and the Vikings do not.
That is a bad combo.
There's a lot of walking around there.
Versus the Vikings on their 22.
All you can do if you're Marysville is keep coming out and try to cut this thing down. Brian Butler back in under center, and now Marysville's got 3 guys out wide. That's the 28-0. You got to get something going in the passing game. He's back to pass, nothing there. He pulls it down and runs, and he's met immediately by multiple Saints. Looks like number 52, Parker Griefor, one of the first men in on him. Sean Donaldson also in there for a tackle.
Well, that's what we had talked about. Now you're not fooling anybody. There are no fakes in the backfield. There's all, you need to catch up. You need to throw the ball. And the Saints know that, so.
Clock is running with 9.5 to go here in the second quarter. There's a handoff. Excellent tackle there by number 34, Joe Phillips. I got a good look at his number that time. Good shot there of Butler. Going to be in charge with put in charge of a tall task. It's still plenty early, and we've seen crazier right here on CTV. But 28-0 is 28-0. If it happened fast, the way it did in the first quarter, it can go the other way just as fast. Butler back in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking left, nothing there. Flushed out of the pocket, has to roll right. Receiver's covered up. He's looking for anything, and it's not going to go.
Lost yardage.
Looked like number 36, Aiden Gakey.
4th and 10 in the 22-yard line.
Not a bad effort here by Butler. Just not much there downfield. Could have had a quick shot there at number 6, Brendan Moran. Would have been a tough throw. And then as he rolls right, there's absolutely nothing going there. 4 Saints and no Vikings. I think there was one receiver downfield, but he was covered up as well. This snap is good on the punt, but this punt is not good. It's going to roll. It's going to barely get into Saints territory. It's going to land right there between the 48 and the 49-yard line. Once again, short field position for the Saints.
And this is from an offensive standpoint for the Saints, like you had mentioned. Keep your foot on the throttle.
Exactly 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Leeson gets this one over past the Mon. Mon has it, cuts back up. He's got some speed, cuts back right.
That's not going to
He makes a play. He's got 2 men to beat. Can he get to the corner? Mon cuts it back up once again, and he's in. An absolutely incredible first half by Ethan Mon. He didn't even go down, I don't think. Absolutely awesome individual effort there by Ethan Mon. Credit to the receiver who also sprinted all the way down the field with him. That could be just enough to mess up the defense. And he's 5 for 5.
5 for 5.
We're knocking on wood to keep him perfect. He's 5 for 5 on the extra points, make it 35-0. St. Clair, 7:47 to go in the second quarter.
From an offensive perspective, that's what you try to do. If you can get your best player the ball out in the open and then say, it's up to you, big guy. And he certainly is able to handle that.
Getting a good look at the crowd here. The East China Stadium and the St. Clair side of the field is the bleachers are completely full.
Good deal.
You know what the best thing when you got a good crowd is? Put on a little bit of a show.
That's right. That's right.
Put on a show while they're here to see it. Bring them back, right? Donaldson back to kick once again. This one more of a line drive, and it's trouble once again. It's Butler, the quarterback, trying to make something happen. He's tripped up at about the 31-yard line, and that's where Marysville will try to chip into this 35-0 deficit.
Number 11 with the return tackle by number 10, Jared Lenarski. First and 10 Vikings on the 33-yard line.
Good shot of the St. Clair sideline there. You can see everybody's up. Everybody's got a little positive energy going. You sure would hope when you're up 35-0, right?
You would. You definitely would.
Butler once again under the shotgun. This time he completes the pass downfield. That's number 84, Josh Schweihofer. First big gain of the night for the Vikings. Good job handling a little bit of a rough snap. Got the ball down to Josh Schweihofer. Tough to miss him, 6'5", senior for the Vikings. Butler once again, this time he's rolling left, nothing there, tries to get right, and he's met once again, hangs onto the football, and he's dropped at the Viking 45-yard line.
Number 78, Max Schweihofer with the sack.
Tackle on the play by Lance Schweihofer, junior defensive end and tackle. Under 7 minutes to go. Vikings send one man out wide. 3 men in the backfield with Butler. Takes the snap. Looking to pass, rolling left once again. This one's off target. He was looking for number 7, Ryan Zuck. Never easy for a right-handed quarterback to roll left. Tried to make that throw.
Do that. Yep, that was high and wide.
Clock stops at 6:43. Make it 3rd down and 13 for Marysville. Sun starting to set here at East China. The stadium, as they call it these days. Butler once again looking to go left, going deep. He's got a man out there, just overshot him a little bit. That was number 6, Brendan Moran, 6 foot, 390-pound senior. That brings up 4th down and 13. Looks like they're going to send out number 52, Michael Bell, to punt once again.
Certainly not productive for the Vikings. And the clock stops. Every time that pass is incomplete, the clock stops. So you're not even taking time off the clock so you can regroup at halftime.
Vikings seemingly having a little bit of trouble just getting the punt teams going.
Swagger back for the kick.
Another high snap. This time he handles it. Almost looked like it was tipped. It's fielded cleanly, though, by the Saints. There's some blockers on the right side here. Schweiger pointing for a block, tries to cut it back up, but he's going to take it out of bounds. Right into Viking territory, all the way down to the 44-yard line. Another big special teams play.
That's a good decision by Sean Donaldson not to throw that block.
Good job by Bell to handle that, and nearly blocked because of the high snap.
Right.
Yeah, would have been a block in the back.
Yeah, don't do it.
Looks like we have a penalty anyway. Holding against St. Clair, going to bring them back into their own territory. Puts the ball on their own 33. That's a big holding penalty there on a punt return. All the way from the Viking 44 to their own 33. I didn't even notice that flag when it was thrown on the return.
I didn't see it at all. I was watching the ball carrier.
Difference of 21 yards there for the Saints, heading towards 6 minutes to go. 2nd down and 10 now for the Saints.
James Sargent made that tackle. I don't know Marysville's offensive and defensive strategy, but he's also an offensive ball carrier. There are going to be some tired people here.
Quarterback and running back both making an impact on both sides of the ball and special teams. Mostly special teams for Butler. Saints with 2 men in the backfield, 1 man out wide. Gleason hands it off to the 2nd man. Cuts it back out to the left. Looked like 30 there, Ruba. Couldn't help but think when I saw him cut back left that it had to be Mon.
They're very similar, but Mon's a little bigger.
Yep. Saints really setting the edge. They're blocking.
Nicely done.
It's a 1st down for the Saints, 1st and 10. Ball on their own 47-yard line. 5:25 to go. Clock is running. Two men split out right, 1 to the left. Handoff, this time it is Mon. He's met in the backfield. Maybe makes his way up for 1.5, 2 yards.
Mon with the carry, tackled by number 23.
We'll officially call it 2nd down and 8. Ruba coming back into the ball game, subs in for Austin Schwager. Gleason brings the play in for St. Clair. Handoff, 1st man through, cuts back right, back toward the middle. He's still on his feet all the way down to the 20-yard line of Marysville. That's Brandon Ruba once again.
Starts left, cuts back inside, and then right up the middle.
Good speed, carries a couple guys all the way down to the 20. Under center, 2 men in the backfield, 1 man split out left, 1 to the right. Takes the handoff, hands it off to the 1st man through. Looks like Ruba once again. He's met pretty quickly in the backfield by the Vikings. 4 minutes to go.
Ruba with the carry, tackled by number 52, Michael Bell.
Saints maybe taking their time a little bit more here. Had 3.5, just over 3.5 to go in the 1st half. Wouldn't mind milking most of that clock. Don't give the Vikings any opportunity to get a little life heading into the locker room.
Plus, it comes down to if you can score again and hold them, it's a running clock to start the 2nd half. That's a nice home football game situation.
Yes, it is. Handoff, 1st man through once again. Here's Rubo, makes 1 man miss. And the Vikings actually give him an extra push right down to the 4-yard line.
Rubo with the carry inside the 10, tackled by number 22, Will Holman.
Yeah, they push him down. That's a thank you for the 5 yards.
Yep. Make it 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line. Takes the snap, handoff is to Mon. He gets left side, cuts it up, and he's in for another St. Clair touchdown. 41-0 St. Clair. Good old-fashioned football there.
Yep.
Not a whole lot for us to say there. Offensive line did their job, and he followed their lead.
Go forward.
St. Clair student section. I see my buddy Ray Hill runs on my cross-country team.
Good.
Hopefully he's not on his feet too much tonight. We got a big meet tomorrow. 6 for 6,
6
Coach.
for 6.
Make it 42-0 with 2:55 to go in the first half of action here at East China Stadium.
Jared Lenarski, 6 for 6. Well done. You know, there's a lot that has to go right in order for that to be good.
Yep.
The snap has to be good, the hold has to be good,
Yep.
and the kick has to be good.
We'll have to get a hold of our insiders, our sources, and get the center, holder,
That's right.
kicker combo.
Well, the holder is Gleason. We'll track down the center.
We'll get our reporters on.
We'll do that.
Head coach James Bishop sending his kicking team out there once again. They've been busy. Never a bad sign when your kicking team's out there a whole bunch and their punt team's out there a whole bunch.
Butler returning for the Vikings.
If
Hopefully
it's
our
your
buddy-
kicking team that's tired, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I was going to say hopefully our buddy trainer Dave has got a whole bunch of
That's right.
bags of ice for Sean Donaldson's foot. A lot of kickoffs. Donaldson's kick, this one, a high one. Fielded at about the Viking 8-yard line. It's Butler once again. He just looks tired trying to
He
run
does,
this one
yep.
back.
And nothing.
You can't blame him. He's
Great
been busy.
coverage by the Saints.
Return tackled by number 32, Jagger Zimer.
Caught it at right around the 10-yard line. He was met by the 20. Good closing speed there and a nice tackle. Looks like that's number 82, Tyler Warner, senior defensive end.
Nice tackle. Great coverage by the Saints.
2:48 to go, 42-0. Handoff is the 45. He cuts back. Nice little run here.
Well, now they can, if they determine they're going to run it a little bit, they're going to gain some yardage simply because the Saints are now playing pass defense.
Harrison Roll, one of the few contributors so far in the first half here for Marysville. Butler takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he's met quickly and brought down. Looks like an injury here for Marysville's offensive line. Looks like number 70 not on the roster. Looks like it might be, maybe it was 75. I look like I saw Nabozny. That's Jacob Nabozny, a junior. That's the Nabozny I see here with a quick glance over my roster. He pretty quickly went to his leg. Never like seeing injuries.
Definitely
Especially
not.
when you're just a couple minutes away from getting in the locker room. You can see Marysville brought a decent amount of fans down River Road.
This is a rivalry game. And we talked last night about these are people that you see all year. You see them in the summertime, you see them at the beach, you see them in the mall, you see them everywhere.
Keep a close eye on as many of these games as we can throughout the MAC. As far as the silver goes, Marine City entering Friday 2-0. So same with Madison, both 2-0. They're playing tonight.
That should be a tough ticket to get. Should be a good game, but it's at Madison.
Clintondale hosting South Lake tonight. Of course, the Saints hosting Marysville. Elsewhere in the MAC Red. Of course, those are the big schools. Dakota, Chippewa Valley, and Romeo, 1-0 entering tonight. They share the lead in that division. In the white, Grosse Pointe South, 2-0. They're the only undefeated team in that division. In the blue, Roseville, Port Huron Northern, and Port Huron all open league play 1-0. That is Nabozny. He gets a nice round of applause from both sides. Over in the gold, Warren Woods Tower, Lakeshore, and East Point all undefeated at 1-0 in their conference. Woods Tower 3-0 overall there. Over in the bronze, Centerline and Lamphere 1-0 in the division. Centerline 2-1, the only team in the bronze with a winning record overall. Back to the action. Clock is running towards 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. St. Clair up 42-0. Butler, oh, the snap is bad, and he's got to jump on it. Looked like he got there, but the Saints jumping out of it as if it still wasn't in his hands.
St. Clair's
and
ball.
St. Clair landed on the football. They'll get the ball deep in Marysville territory. They'll take over on the Marysville 24.
Whoa. It's a pop-up. Yep, then it slips away.
So St. Clair with a chance to go up 49-0, maybe 45-0, heading into the locker room. Gleason still in there at quarterback. Ball on the 23-yard line of Marysville.
Nope.
Nope, not Gleason.
It's not
Looks
Gleason.
like we had a little substitution.
Yeah.
Is that Matt Buslip?
Yep.
Yep, it is.
Somebody went the wrong way on that play.
You can see they're probably talking about what happened there and then get the play and get back in there. Buslip, just a sophomore. He plays receiver, quarterback, and a little defensive back. It never hurts to see a sophomore up there playing.
That's if you take a look at the roster, St. Clair has a ton of underclassmen, and they play.
Man in motion to the right. Buslip going to hand it off. Made one man miss, but he's brought down at about the 25-yard line. Once again, that's Brandon Ruba on the carry, the junior tailback, defensive back. Clock moving under a minute to go here. St. Clair up 42-0. Buslip gets the play, brings it into the huddle. This is where you like to see a little awareness from your sophomore.
Yep.
Please paying attention to the clock. I'm sure he has a specific set of instructions what they're doing here, though. Going to roll right and look to pass. Looking to the flat, overthrows his man. He was looking for number 28. That's Jamison Henson. Brings up 4th down and 12 from the Marysville 25. Clock stops at 31.8 seconds to go. There's a good look at the St. Clair crowd. The only empty sections where the band was, and they're on the far corner of East China Stadium on the track, getting ready for another one of their signature halftime shows.
Field goal.
We're going to attempt a field goal here. He's going to kick this one from the 31, so got a 41-yard field goal on the way. This one's on its way. It looks like it could end up being short. Looks like that attempt was by Jared Lenarski, junior defensive back and kicker. That's no easy kick. But the good news for the Saints is that's the most difficult thing they've had going so far in the first half. Under 30 seconds to play here. Marysville taking the football over.
And he's 6 for 6 on extra points, so we can cut him a break.
We'll cut a little bit of slack. We don't notice the missed field goal when you're up 42-0. It was 41. You'd think, wonder what happened. See if Marysville's making a change. I see Butler down there in the huddle. Good look at the Vikings as they break their huddle and get on the football. Butler's still in there. He's going to hand it off to his tailback. Finds a little bit of running room. He's brought down at the St. Clair 28.
Out to the 28-yard line, tackled by number 8, Donovan Borg.
Clock winding down towards 10 seconds to go. See if the Vikings go for one last play. They'll have to get on the football pretty quick as we head towards 5,
No,
4,
they're not going to do it.
3, 2, and they're going to get in the locker room with a 42-point deficit. We're going to hang out and talk about this one for a minute. We wait for the band to get out there, and luckily for us, the band, they're in position. I got to be honest, there's not a whole lot to say except for a lot went wrong for Marysville and a lot went right for the Saints.
Yeah, if you're trying to fix, if you're Marysville and you're trying to fix it, you got a long road to hoe here.
Well, one of the signature parts of high school football here on CTV has always been that we love showing you the band as well. They're obviously working hard to be part of the presentation here at East China Stadium. Michael Bowles doing a good job there with the band, bringing the excitement. And we're going to hear from that band very shortly here on CTV. It was a action-packed first half, and you'll hear from the St. Clair High School band right after these messages.
Murphy Inn and enjoy the pub atmosphere or the dining room, which both offer a diner's menu. Murphy Inn offerings include the best pizza, burgers, ribs, steak, and fish around. Plus, there are great days. North Star Bank is a true community bank whose loan approvals are made locally by bankers who live in our community, understanding your needs, and will meet face-to-face to discuss what's important to you. From opening accounts to recommending products and services, North Star Bank looks forward to sitting down with you and building a strong relationship to reach your financial goals. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Loans are subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, and member of FDIC.
The 2018 Marching Saints present the music of the Gloved One, the King of Pop, or simply MJ. Rarely does an artist garner such universal acclaim and recognition for artistry and popularity. The one and only Michael Jackson. Drum majors, is the band ready? Famous for a 14-minute video and a horror-themed performance that premiered in November 1983, you won't soon forget that no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller. midnight hours post-game. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. For all the groove is hard to beat, it's still you stand before your feet. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. In 1969, the Jackson 5 released their first single on Motown Records, a song about someone who let their sweetheart go too quickly. A huge hit for the band and their 11-year-old lead singer, Michael. It was a song that began a string of 4 number-1 songs in a row. I Want You Back. Social messages were often part of Michael Jackson's slower music. His ballad, Man in the Mirror, reached #1 and focused attention on his personal awakening and affecting change. He asked through his music if we could heal the world. The third track on Off the Wall from 1979 was written and composed by Michael Jackson. He co-produces with Quincy Jones, does the lead vocals, the background vocals, and is even featured playing percussion on the recording. Something we can all relate to, working day and night. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marching Saints. The 2018 Marching Saints are under the direction of Michael Bolts. Drill by Mark Waymeyer. Original ballad medley arranged by Pat Jensen. Drum majors are David Bailon, Allie Booth, and Riley McGuffin. Ladies and gentlemen, 2018 Marching Saints.
To the Murphy Inn and enjoy the pub atmosphere or the dining room, which both offer a diner's menu. Murphy Inn offerings include the best pizza, burgers, ribs, steak, and fish around. Plus, there are great daily specials such as Edda's pasta, chicken, or fish and chips. Karaoke is every Wednesday and Saturday from 8 p.m. until midnight. Murphy Inn hosts live entertainment each Thursday and Friday from 8 until midnight. The Bernhuber family appreciates the opportunity to serve you at the Murphy Inn.